After I got my divorce, I was doing some very hard and serious drinking for the next 5 years. I only lived about a block away from these three bars, so I used to frequent them a lot. I actually drank myself to the point where I had learned if I drank really fast at first, it would make me sick. So I'd go to the bar and drink 6 to 8 beers and 3 or 4 shots of tequila in about an hour, and it would make me sick. Once I got sick, I didn't have to worry about getting sick again for the rest of the night. So I carried one of those traveler-sized bottles of mouthwash with me to the bars. Got myself drunk really fast so I'd throw up, and rinse my mouth out so I'd be set to drink for the rest of the night. Sometimes I could go for days without getting sick again. It got to the place I was missing days of work. My boss would actually come over to the apartment pounding on the door trying to get me to come into work. These were the kinds of things going on during this period of my life. I remember one time I was sitting there at the bar, and all of a sudden the bartender, who I was really good friends with, came over to me. She was really mad. She started yelling, "What the hell do you think you're doing?" I just kind of said, "What?" She said, "Give me that thing and get out of here." I was sitting at the bar, right in the middle, smoking a joint. I didn't even know it. So she threw me out of there. That wasn't a big deal. I just went to the bar next door. I remembered sitting at my apartment one day, just kind of sitting there minding my own hangover. I sat there in a fog, and all of a sudden I heard this really loud pop in my head. I mean a pop. I knew something went out. It wasn't right. I started checking my fingers and toes because it seemed like something went out. I could just sense it. Never knew what it was. But something just seemed like it popped in my head. Today, sometimes I think I know what it was. I know I've lost a lot of memory brain cells, which is why I can't remember a lot of my past. But I think I lost a brain cell that has to do with understanding through sight. Do you ever see things that you know what they are, but you don't understand what you see? That can be dangerous. That's the brain cell that keeps you from touching fire that you know is going to burn you. Understanding through sight. I can see. I know what I see, but I don't understand what I see. You see, all my life I've been a very controlling individual. Everything had to be my way. I always blamed that on the fact that I was in engineering. You know, they teach you to be very meticulous and to know everything in detail. So I always figured it had to do with that. Basically, I was just a control freak. From every aspect of my relationships with people, my marriages, my work, I ended up throwing away a 20-year career with General Electric because they wouldn't do things my way. This was followed by a bankruptcy because I couldn't afford to live anymore. I used to get really ticked off at my wife if she didn't buy Northern bathroom tissue. And you better not roll it over, you gotta roll it under. And what idiot designed bathroom tissue to begin with? What are you going to do with one of those little squares? I mean, that ain't going to do nothing, right? What's it going to do? Pick up fly poop off the commode or something? It used to really irritate me if we didn't have the right kind of bathroom tissue. The other brands just didn't seem to work for me. I would get angry about it. But I lost that brain cell that has to do with understanding through sight. That can really cause problems for you. You go to the bathroom and you have to clean yourself up, then your finger pokes through the paper. So you sit there and you look at it. I know what it is. I can see it. But I don't understand it. So I have to use another of my senses and sniff it. Yeah, it was poop. all because I lost that brain cell that has to do with understanding through sight.